We'll be going into game number 2 right about now. Let's take a look at the picks and bans. Dignitas once again in the blue chair. The Night's Watch in the red position with the second ban.
I don't expect we'll see an Ao Kuang first pick this game. I could be wrong, but Ao Kuang didn't get much done last game, and if they pick it again, I imagine Team Dignitas is going to be looking to run that tier or someone with Mystical Mail and really look to counter him out.
Yeah.
Sylvanas Serket taken out, no surprises there. 2 gods that really control early and mid-game pace, and Team Dignitas going to be banning out the Bastet.
So yeah, again, respecting that Bastet from Zinder and wanting, you know, I guess to force him into the Ao Kuang if he wants to take one of his, I guess, signature picks.
Likely to be an Athena ban here, or they could leave it open. No, it is going to be Athena. So I believe these are the exact same bans. Did they ban? I believe Night's Watch banned Serket as well last game. So
well, they didn't ban Athena last game. She was played.
Yes. Still respecting their game plan. I think the Team Dignitas. I think Frostiak didn't have a huge impact, but I think it was solid. No, he's going back to his roots. That's going to be a jungle Ymir more than likely.
Yeah, they play it Frezzy, a notable Ymir player in the duo lane, and Frostiak, a notable Ymir player in the jungle.
I would like to see the Bellona taken from Night's Watch, and they are going to secure it most likely into that jungle role. But I'd also like to see them take another bruiser here, because otherwise you weren't giving it up to Team Dignitas. Maybe grabbing that tier away from Variety is really... I'd say that is his best god. That is Variety's best god from what I've seen since Season 1. Poseidon, actually. Okay. So that was banned out last game.
That's right. Yeah, Poseidon has been very highly valued in this split. 100 to 0 potential continues to be valuable, and we just haven't seen it out of the Raws as the conventional build has been more cooldown and utility focused him. But Poseidon is an all-in damage dealer.
Going to be Neith once again, that flex pick, but I think it's going to be going to Bay. It
doesn't feel very flexible in this roster.
Team Dignitas really seems to be not adapting to this new North American meta we've seen of putting Neith or Hunters anywhere.
But maybe they'll surprise us and pick a second Hunter here in this draft. Notably, Rom still available and likely going to be going to the side of Moex unless he wants to try to fight this Neith with something like an Onher. But Janus drafted by Dig.
He may be looking for something he can be more aggressive with in this lane. The Rom not really able to box Neith. Really, no one can box Neith, but Rom least likely. He does have to get in front of the wave to use his wave clear. Whereas Neith, if you're sitting in that wave, he's just gonna toss it. Apollo, okay.
All right, Moex feeling himself. So I mean, it makes sense, right? Neith, you ain't winning the laning phase, the early laning phase against her anyway. So Apollo will have a lot more utility to bring to the table than perhaps Neith will later on in the game.
Night's Watch actually banned out Ao Kuang. That may just be a throwaway ban. That may be we don't want anything banned out here. You're more than likely not going to pick this up. We're going to grab it. But I expect to see another bruiser or two coming out from them in the end.
It's assuredly either that or we don't want to get styled on by something that we weren't able to execute.
I don't think Team Dignitas is that far ahead of this team to be able to really warrant trying to style on them.
I'm not saying it was going to work, but it could be that. But no, I think you're probably right. The Ao Kuang ban, in theory, indicates that they're looking for another high HP physical target. Or physical draft, I'm sorry.
Geb taken out, so Bacchus really the other top tier support still available in this draft. They may be saving that. Nope, it's going to be tier locked in, so they are going to take that away from Variety and not allow the Ao Kuang to be picked as a counter into that.
I think the Dignitas will draft Hercules here. One, a good soul laner, and also a potential support for the Night's Watch. As you mentioned, only Bacchus really remaining from that top pick position, along with Sobek. So they'll take the Sobek. That's likely to be their solo laner now. But they could take a third Guardian as well.
That could be their support. Frezzo actually plays a pretty nasty Sobek, I would say. Frezzo, one of the few players, much like Yannick, that I think can really utilize this god in the support role. And it really comes down to he hits his plucks more often than he doesn't, which is... They're not easy to hit, and it's going to be a Fenrir drafted. I think that's going to be solo.
They'll put the solo Fenrir into the tier.
I mean, it's rough.
It's
tier
lore.
has the better matchup there.
It's good lore.
It is good lore. Maybe he's going for the lore shot. But once again, a lot of versatility from this team. And Kumbhakarna with the attack speed debuff now in his kit, but not a lot of auto attackers on Team Dignitas.
Yeah, no, it's curious in that situation, right? Without the auto attackers...
it's really all ability gods from Team Dignitas.
Yeah, so you think Fenrir solo, huh?
I would imagine so.
Ymir in the jungle, Fenrir solo?
Just based off players, really. Just based off players. Frostiak very comfortable with that jungle Ymir, and it's going to be Fenrir solo.
So Frezzy will be supporting on the Sobek.
This is not a winning matchup for him.
Sobek?
No, in the solo lane. NQ should get the better of Fenrir here early on if he's staying in his defensive stance while eating Brutalize and getting his heal up. He has kill potential or death potential early on, but really, unless he's misplaying and getting dragged into tower with Ragnarok, he's likely to win here.
Right, so the idea is you basically just let him brutalize you and then you just heal up.
Yeah, you sit in defensive stance with those bonus protections and it's not doing enough damage and he's wasting it when he could be clearing the wave.
Dignitas gets spotted out, it looks like, by a ward on that rotation, so Nice Watch is going to play to the right side of the map, not interested in dying to Dignitas early on or taking the fight.
Death's Toll picked up for Moex. He's looking to fight.
Who is this guy?
He's Moex, he's Bay.
He doesn't care about your stupid meta.
Young Bay is not my Bay. Moex is my Bay.
Moex is the Bay.
He's life. But, you know, with Apollo's recent buffs to his base physical attack power, additionally he has higher scaling with his attack power, he's hitting harder than any other hunter early on, just with his autos. Additionally, he gets his passive audacity gives him extra attack speed. He's going to be looking to trade. And with Heartseeker being more prevalent, it's just enhancing his already strong auto attacks.
And the Death Toll used to kind of continue to augment that small advantage that he does have over the other hunters. So, let's introduce the squads here as we are in game 2 of 2 in Dignitas versus the Night's Watch. Dig did take game number 1, and I think most of our analyst predictions have Night's Watch winning this game in the set. Most of us have this being a 50-50. So, Dignitas. It's Variety, Frostiak, Shadow Nightmare, Frezzo, and Young Bay. They'll be piloting Fenrir, Ymir, Janus, Sobek, and Neith. Their opponents, the Night's Watch. It's NQ, Zindern, Carino, Wolf of Elo Street, and Moex. They'll be Tyr, Bellona, Poseidon, Kumbha, and Apollo.
Yep, and we see Night's Watch being very passive in the soul lane. This is what they need to do. Ymir and Fenrir have a lot of abilities that incredibly strong at base levels. Additionally, they go off very fast. NQ puts himself out of position if he wants to try and do damage with Fearless, so it's a little rough for him. And Frostiak, waiting in the wings, looking for a fight level 1. Nope, they're just going to back off. They're going to play this safe. This is what Night's Watch needs to do here early on.
Yeah, no sense in dying to these two characters that have really, really amazing level 1 and level 2.
These might
burst.
be these are probably 2 top 5 level 2 gods when it comes to fighting.
Yeah. Ymir, the Frost Breath Glacial Strike combination, one of the better ones in the game, and Brutalize is just like better than most.
Also, his Frostbite passive.
3 abilities that characters have.
Ymir is going to be auto attacking harder than anyone else.
Look at that! What a nice guy there, Shadow Nightmare, putting the portal for Frostiak, let him get out of there. It looks like I think he took 2 of the 3 back camp minions. Did Frostiak? I don't think he got the big one though. Ymir did have a purple pot running as well in this game, worth noting.
Yeah, so a lot of aggression coming out from Frostiak. He's one of the players that really likes to run this, look for early kills, and he's a very tempo-based player. He likes to get stuff going early, and he likes these gods like Ymir that can transition late game into utility-based gods more so than carries.
That's so absurdly greedy to go purple pot and try to steal back camps. I mean, if he dies there, he gives up so much. But Zindern, it's a really early rotation of the dual lane. Not expecting this yet is Dignitas. The Mez comes out, and it's Sobek, the target that they're going to try to pile in on. They want to get in front of him, so charge spray, but he jukes away. Going to try to run through, but the root hitting 2. Young Bay trying to body block where he can, and it looks like they will be successful in saving their gods. Really surprising that Frezzo survives that one.
Yeah, Sobek's so tanky. I think Zindern could have easily turned on a Young Bay there, but they might have been overcommitting with the rotations of Ymir coming in. So the decision was probably correct there, just not able to find the damage to kill him off. And he doesn't have Vanguard, so Frezzo just juking, really. Great jukes from him.
Surprised that was not our first blood. As we approach the 3-minute mark, mid-camp's coming up. Our mid laners are both level 5. Are we going to see the fight left side? Dignitas waiting in the wings. Right side, Night's Watch is there with the instant clear. No fights at the level 3 camps. Shadow Nightmare just hugging the wall to steal some experience away.
Now with that increased range, he's able to get these finally. And that's something we saw in Season 1. Come Season 2, you actually weren't able to hug that wall and get the XP unless the jungler dragged it to the wall.
Right.
Now, as long as he's hugging that wall, the middle laner will be able to get that XP and gold with the increased range.
Fenrir, Ickfile, it looks like he's going to be building into here. Can't imagine this is a charge bow, but, I mean, in-handing?
We've actually seen, I've seen in-hand become more prevalent as Frezzo going to waste his dash there, and an immediate response by Night's Watch. He's getting incredibly low, but once again, Frezzo escaping just barely. Shadow Nightmare, can he find the snipe?
Yes!
He does! First blood. Shadow Nightmare.
The Kamehameha finds the kill there. Here comes Frostiak. Base damage, boys, was Wolf of Elo Street just gotten hit by the Neith ultimate there, and so the Ymir ultimate.
Diminishing returns.
Diminishing returns. Frosty kind of turning around like, what?
I think he was a little confused too. He's like,
Yeah.
what? My freeze lasts longer than that.
Yeah.
I played this god every day of my life.
Yeah, I play him. I wake up and I play a game of Ymir, and then I move on.
So it looks like Variety doing a pretty good job of controlling this lane.
Yeah, once again, Variety.
Can we take a look at what NQ is leveling up? It should be Power Cleave, but just to make sure, it is Power Cleave.
Yeah, definitely
so
Power Cleave.
just not able to get anything rolling early, but he does have an experience advantage over Variety.
And then, that's what we would expect, I suppose. You don't really expect a Fenrir to beat the tier. It's a little curious to draft it. I mean, where does he fit into this roster in a meaningful way? Is kind of my question.
The Fenrir?
Yeah, it sets up, I suppose, Frostyak the best out of anyone.
I think he's going to transition into, I don't know, he's going auto attack though. He's not going really ability basis. NQ going to get a double fearless and just good poke from them, but Zendern could be in a bad spot. If Frostyak, he took a while to charge that ultimate, and Zendern going to be able to jump out in time. Frostyak just bad coordination and teamwork coming out from Dig there.
Yeah, that Glacial Strike didn't make the difference. And able to leap away. I mean, I suppose it...
I mean, even after he used it, he waited like 2 more seconds before he started charging up his ult.
They get the Bellona ultimate, but it's at the cost of 2 of their ultimates, so definitely not worth it. And that first Fenrir Ragnarok, similar to kind of like maybe a Thor ultimate or a Thanatos ultimate, you really want that first one to find a kill.
Mm-hmm. But I think the Fenrir is really going to be looking to targeting out Carino come the mid and late game. But they have a ton to stop it, right? They have Apollo Mez, they have a huge Mez coming out of Kumbha. They have a lot to shut down this Fenrir, and the Kumbha was, I think, a great last pick into it.
Because of his ability to Mez out Fenrir before Ragnarok comes out if he tries to close the distance. And not to mention, Wolf of Elo Street's... right, Mez out the Brutalize as well. And his Banish and his ultimate can be effective against some of these high damage dealers, especially steroid-based ones like Fenrir, right? He's able to get them right after that steroid is used. It really cuts the effectiveness of it in the later stages of this game.
Just a lot of thing too with this Night's Watch early on. Just unfortunate, not able to find Frezzo in 2 of their early engages that really looked clean. Hit the first one over in duo lane, barely snaking by, and then once again in that mid lane, Frezzo really misplaying, but Night's Watch not able to find the kill, and Wolf of Elo Street, that was his ult.
Yeah, he just stumbled away with the ult, and more often than not, that's how Kumbha's ultimate is used. It's a CC immune dash.
Gold Fury, they recognize that Kumbha's low, has no mana, and his ult is down. Double ultimates charged coming out from these supports here. It's getting really low, and no one can get into it. Mox is in the air, though, looking for the re-engage.
On the Frostyak, really. He thinks he can do it. The wall is there. No thank you. Plucked back by Sobek as well. Bellona comes over the top. The ultimate is used by Poseidon. The Kraken does not find the kill instantly, but they do get Young Bay with the extended engagement. But Mox has fallen as well. Shadow Nightmare fairly low over the top of the Lawbringer. Not able to find the kill just yet. But here is the dog. He's found Carino already, and he's pulled back NQ. Do they have enough damage, though, to kill off the tier? Continues to heal up. The stun only hits 1. And now Brutalize should be back up shortly to kill off Zendern, disarming Frostyak. Glacial Strike is there.
It's back in, but still manages to snake out of there. NQ Fearless down. There's nowhere for him to go. Variety finds the last kill. Dignitas takes a Gold Fury and 3 kills in response as well.
Yeah, an extended 4-for-1 as they just had the first one going into that one. Gold Fury plus 4 in a one-man trade going back the other way, and those graphs are climbing steeply. 3K gold and experience at 7.5 minutes. It looks like I could very well drop my my first game of the week.
I'll drop my 5th.
As it's a 50. I had 50-50 between these two, but Dignitas looks like they are playing consistently well in this second game.
They look very good, and Frostyak has been able to just great presence of mind to come back into that fight. He actually came back into that fight twice at under 100 health. First off, we saw Zendern we saw Fenrir drop off an enemy right by those mid camps. He throws the carpet, right? And then he backs off. And then he comes back in once again to hit or miss a freeze, but able to get the Glacial Strike off once again, slowing down the opponents.
Yeah, and had he not hit that Glacial Strike, he was definitely dead, as the Ymir was walking down to kill him. Blinking forward with the Mez, hitting 1, the root to hit 2 as well.
He portals through the crack, and he's not hit by it, and now he's going to hit the snipe. Zendern's going to fall. Shadow Nightmare, perfect timing.
I mean, that's the dream. That's like when I was showing off Janus, it took me like 3 or 4 times to set that up, and he just did it on command.
And an SPL game, the presence of mind to be able to do that. He knows he doesn't have Aegis, that he has to hit that timing perfectly. Shadow Nightmare so much, I think, has improved.
And he's gotten, what now, 3 kills? All with his ultimate.
Yes, finding the snipe onto Zindern twice now.
Zindern's been just dominated.
He hasn't been able to get anything running.
In this set now. Now what, 9 deaths and no kills between the 2 games? Or he maybe got 1 or 2 kills in the last game, but he was 0-6 through about 20 minutes in the first game, and now still not finding anything going. I think he really needed an early kill for some momentum in this one.
3-man rotation, though, for the Night's Watch onto Frostiak here, but
can they kill the?
No. And then you just see that they have to run away. They know they're gonna they know they're gonna lose this 2-on-3, and they're gonna have to back off there. Variety and Frostiak too scary for them to fight into.
Too many levels on the Ymir. Bellona only level 8. Frostiak level 10. That's an extra, what, 210 HP for Ymir there, and it'll take a while for Bellona to chunk through that, even with the bludgeon.
Dig continues to control these mid camps. They were up for about 20 seconds. Frostiak had time to walk from Gold Fury to the right camp, secure them, and then Young Bae also walks up, secures the left camps. And Night's Watch, they're all in the solo lane while the mid camps are up. That they've secured, I think, 1 of them.
Yeah,
they secured 3 from the first game. I'll be interested to see what they do completely.
Plus, Pluck is successful onto Wolf of Elo Street, but they don't get much more out of it. Threshold is used as well. But Gold Fury about 90 seconds away. Oh, here we go. They're going to look to make a play. They'll get the ultimate onto Frostiak, and he will go down to Bellona. He didn't get much out of his spell. Shadow Nightmare. Bonus scaling available for Zindern. Neith ultimate to hit. Shotgun. Down you go. All that bonus scaling out of the threshold. Looking good. Shadow Nightmare again with the ultimate, doing a lot of damage. Uses his beads instantly to try to make his way out of this one. Kumbha, the last surviving low HP member on the side of Night's Watch, does go down. Can they get the in-hands to finish him off, though? Doesn't look like it, as Young Bae is forced to box Moex, and Carino's pushing out Shadow Nightmare. Now Moex turns his attention to Shadow Nightmare, doesn't get the damage to the wall, but right as he comes back up, down goes Kumbha. The split is successful as Dignitas has the positioning. Back through the wall he goes, does the Janus. Moex trying to pursue now. Young Bae not going to hit the attack speed slow or the heal, and Moex has the advantage, but the shotgun does hit. And
2-on-1. It's really who's going to hit their abilities first here, and Moex finds the snipe, beats out the portal, but misses. So beautiful. That would have been a kill for him, I think, and Young Bae securing it with the easiest ability to hit in game.
Yeah, instant cast, 30-foot cone that slows and does damage in front of you.
Hey, you got to get the kill sometimes.
Hey, but shoutouts to the Night's Watch, who have taken back about 800 of that gold difference now in the last few minutes. So good on them starting to cut away at that Team Dignitas lead. The experience has remained relatively the same, but some gold recouped.
Frostiak just doing poke. There's no one else there to follow up. And Frezzo actually finds his first death there. He does get the pluck straight into Frostiak with his ultimate, but that's just going to force out the Bellona ult. Eagles rally on a low cooldown that may not have been in their favor.
They're more just kind of showing off that they could do it more than they were expecting.
That was a nice combo, but
yeah, it was clever more than anything.
Gold Fury going to be pulled by Team Dignitas here, and Frostiak just zoning out. He's not going to try and help. Just throws up the wall. Carino not going to be able to get in there. Kraken is up. Moex coming around the corner, but I don't think he's going to be in time at all.
Big Daddy Frostiak's there. Here comes a Ragnarok as well. They're looking for Kumbha for whatever reason. Going to pull him away from that Kraken. Frezzy's taking quite a bit of damage. Wolf of Elo Street does get hit by the Neith ultimate and will be the first to go down in this fight. Janus ultimate used, but walk down on the backside is the Croc as Frezzy is dead, and there's an NQ tier on the backside of this fight. Does Dignitas notice it? Young Bae going to get picked up by the Fearless. 2 picked up by the Fearless. A cleave coming through as well.
That could have been so much clean. Moex is going to look for a kill in the back on Variety. Is his jump going to be up here? Yes, Variety is able to leap away. Huge miscoordination once again, I think. But Moex able to find the snipe. Variety staying there way too long. Portal's down. 5 more seconds. Can Moex find the autos he needs to finish him off here? 2 more seconds. Shadow Nightmare so close. He's going to look to portal through the wall. No, he's going to portal him down. He's looking to fight this.
Oh, he went through as well at the very end of that. Mezzed out now. Zindern's here. Eagles rally. Misses, though. Shadow Nightmare, please, slowing them down with the threshold. He will go down to bludgeon ultimately, but that fight was really awkward. Like, where was Frezzy? Oh my God, the plays! I can't even believe the plays.
Oh, come on,
Why were you standing there, Frostiak?
Frostiak! He was trying to style on him with an auto at the end, but not able to find it. But great coordination until Frostiak came back in there. The counter blink into the freeze, into the
ridiculous.
Plug. Great plays. Both these teams, though, both trying to style on each other. They're just looking to outplay the opponent at this point.
But in that last engagement, Frezzy gets dove on the left side of the Gold Fury by tier, and who then spends about 20 seconds walking up to Young Bae and fearlessing him, and Young Bae had no idea was there. Where was the how did the communication break down that badly on the side of Dignitas that Frezzy wasn't able to communicate that there was a tier on the backside of that fight, and it really completely changed the fight? Had they known he was there, and were able to root him out or fall back even, it was a free trade for Dignitas, like 3 kills and a Gold Fury.
Why was NQ there to begin with? He chased so deep.
All the way down to that.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. After that miscommunication, but NQ has been doing a great job.
Sure. Why was he fighting the Phoenix with a tier 2 up? I would say tilted.
He's just looking for kills, and he was able to find a solo kill earlier on when that other engagement was happening at Gold Fury. But since NQ has been having a great game, 4-2-1, making some big plays, big impacts like Variety had, but Zinder not able to capitalize on it like we saw Frostyak do with Variety in game 1.
I mean, even if he got that kill onto Ymir underneath the Phoenix, I mean, like, giving up so much farm time, and it just really wasn't worth it. I just think it was not a great choice.
Wolf of Velo Street finds the pluck. That is a perfect combination. Ultimate's coming here. Neith is going to find the kill. Kraken's out. Frezzo not going to escape it this time, and 2 quick kills were coming out traded.
It's a level 12 for level 10, though, I'd say, in favor of the boys of Night's Watch for now. But the ultimates are coming out across the board, getting very low as Poseidon. Will get cleaned up by Variety, who's forced to run away from this one.
Great wall.
Moex, he's done quite a bit of damage as well to the Fenrir in this engagement. Very low is Team Dignitas here at this point. The Night's Watch a little bit more resilient, and they may be able to blink, get some pressure.
He blinked. That was still on the ground. He blinked right into that.
Yeah,
Thank you. Just a very either mistimed or misplaced blink there.
Yeah, did he start his Fearless up? I think he actually Fearlessed into
did he Fearless? I thought he blinked into it.
I think he blinked and then tried to Fearless and went into the portal.
Okay.
Which is worse, right? Because he blows 2 cooldowns instead of 1, but maybe a little bit more forgivable, perhaps.
Moex, though, 4-2-4. Still about 500 gold. He's really been... This Neith pick, you talked about earlier, players don't like to fight Moex in lane because he's aggressive, and most hunters are just trying to farm, and Moex doesn't allow you to do that, and you see this Neith pick working out very well in controlling Moex.
Yeah, and Youngbei playing to that style as well and itemizing to that style, right, where he builds Heartseeker into boots instead of Heartseeker directly into Aussie, just because he has that heal and he's able to run away. Frezzy with the reactions there, gets into the water before the Fearless chain comes out. Wolf Velo Street is locking down Shadow Nightmare, but Shadow Nightmare is not really going to be a big issue in this fight. He has no mana to speak of. That Ymir ultimate's well placed to split the fight up. It forces Zindern back. The tier 1's already down. NQ's the target they're going to hit with a Neith ultimate, but a nice mez is going to keep them from piling in on top of him. Doesn't matter for now. The Fearless chain comes out, but immediately it speeds away, and he gets blown up as Shadow Nightmare gets credit for that kill. Zindern does barely avoid that freeze, but Youngbei is still alive and kicking here, and he's going to be the difference maker as they move into an objective. Dignitas looking to pressure the mid lane.
And 2 players really looking to fight in the back here is Zinder, nowhere to go. He's going to be picked up as well.
Is the player of this game for me.
I told you, he is one of the few players that plays Sobek to the level it needs to be played at to be a viable pick.
Yeah, I mean, they've got this just crazy kind of alley-oop combination. Sobek into Janus with the Ymir there. We saw it executed perfectly in that last engagement and how much damage they can really do to a target before they can react. And the thing about that pluck as well as the banish coming out of Janus is that once they're kind of in that CC, even if you beads it, you can't get out of it because you're airborne.
And it's just a ton of damage you're taking along the way, and then if you do beads it, your beads are forced. These are just normal cooldowns that they're going to look to keep comboing.
Right, not ultimates that are kind of forcing it out.
And they all kind of set each other up too, right? So if you hit the portal, Frezzo's going to hit the pluck off it. If Frezzo hits the pluck, Shadow Nightmare's going to hit the portal off it, and then you have Ymir freeze also to set up the pluck as well. So
yeah, it's not a dial-a combo. It's they have a lot of options to start it off, a lot of different ways to get it going. The Ymir freeze has really been the name of the game so far, and what's nice about all of these kind of in-air displacements is that they don't have diminishing returns on them. So they can start with that Ymir freeze and then get the pluck, and it's not like the pluck doesn't go as far for some reason.
Frezzo's actually going to pull Wolf of Velo Street into the Gold Fury. Is he going to be able to stay alive long enough to get the hog off? The Night's Watch will steal that out. Frezzo, big misplay there. Wolf of Velo Street's on the floor. Is he going to be able to get autoed down? Yes. Frezzo going to find the kill, but Moex looking to find a return. Youngbei hitting a nice snipe. Moex taking a kill, and Moex nowhere to go.
Bad ability damage coming out. Neith ultimate ++ NQ. May get run down by Variety here. Variety may end up making the same play that NQ just did. Yes, very similar to what we saw happen outside the last Phoenix. Blinking away, and now Poseidon is there to try to clean up Fenrir.
These plays seem to be really a 2v2 and 3v3s.
Oh my god.
And then the solo laners fighting one player off on the side of the fights, right?
Right.
It's Ymir, Sobek, Janus all fighting together, and then you have Variety on Fenrir diving. On the other side, it's really Moex, Poseidon, and Zindern team fighting, and NQ chasing players.
Right, and really, the Kumbhakarna for Wolf of Velo Street, We've seen him steal some objectives, right? But we haven't seen him... We've had some Blink initiations, but...
No impact.
Yeah, the pick just isn't having much impact. I think Wolf of Elistry is doing the right things, but Kumba, in a game in which Team Dignitas is not relying on attack speed at all, his attack speed debuff not helping out, but they're going to try to steal away this Gold Fury... Fire Giant, I'm sorry. Frezzy realizes going down now, just as they take it.
Great play and awareness coming out from Night's Watch.
How did that happen, Kevin? Break that down for me.
So Team Dignitas here, after that huge engagement, they backed after Night's Watch backed. Night's Watch got their first back, but the ward coverage from Night's Watch, they were able to see that Team Dignitas all backed in unison. No one was on the map. The call was made. They grouped up, went there. Team Dignitas was still figuring out what items they wanted to buy in spawn.
Yeah, looking for itemization.
Just great call and awareness from Night's Watch, whoever made that.
Yeah, and so now what is about a 6,500, 7,000 gold lead is mitigated quite a bit. 7.1k, 9,500 experience. I would say this is much closer to maybe a 3,000 golden experience lead with a Fire Giant buff as well to help them out. But without the level 20s, I mean, they're feeling the full brunt of that experience difference. The gold difference is made up maybe more so than the experience by the Fire Giant buff. And just looking at the itemization for the players in kind of that bar graph histogram view, you can see that there's just more items on Dignitas.
Look at this player damage. It's actually pretty much controlled by the Night's Watch. You see, three of the four bottom players are on Team Dignitas, but the Night's Watch just not able to really lock down and secure the targets they need to. Too often you see Frezzy or Variety or Frostiak escaping with like 10 health.
So Kumbhakarna brings a bunch to the table. Sitting at 2,000, 2,300 damage dealt. Sobek at about 6,200. Kumbhakarna brings a ton to the table in terms of CC, but he doesn't bring the damage. And as you see, 4,000 more damage dealt by Sobek here in this fight. In an island on this fight is Frostiak, who somehow finds his way out of it, at least for the moment. Is he really going to survive this one? Why did he turn around there? The man is crazy. I think he was trying to juke a Fearless. Down will go Zindern, though, yet again, he continues to find himself just caught between rocks and hard places consistently.
That Kraken just right on Frezzo, but only hits the edge of him, and he's just going to tank it up. Kraken being down is huge there. Wolf of Elistry going to blink in, looking to mess someone out here. Can they find Variety before he finds Carino? No, they can't. It's going to be a trade out, though, as Moix finds a return kill. Moix finds a second kill, but we have a great pluck by NQ. NQ too tanky, though. It's going to be hard for them to lock him down.
It's a 3 for 2. This Apollo ultimate, is it going to be enough? Just away by Shadow Nightmare. The timing is on from Moix, though. Can they kill him? The shots from Neith. 1 more, 2 more needed as Moix continues the lifesteal. The backflip is good. Frezzy's base damage enough to pick him up. And there's 3 members remaining on the board. 2 of them belong to Dignitas. The root from Young Bay up in 1 second. Is it enough to kill off NQ here? They'll get the root, the in-hands coming through, but without any crit. He's just kind of chipping away at the defenses with the Aussie Executioner combo.
NQ's just looking to heal up there and try and get style on someone into the tower, I think. But NQ actually might have went a little too early there using his Fearless. He's now in a bad spot. He doesn't have stand switch, but he does have blink up, able to get away. Zindern might look for Frezzo.
Not at level 14, he won't.
Okay.
Sobek is a level ahead of him again. I mean, it's the second game in a row now. He's a level behind the enemy support.
Yeah, he also has full shell online coming out from Sobek, so that's doing a lot for his already tanky team. Even harder to take out. We really need to start seeing more pin items coming out from the Night's Watch if they want to deal with this.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I think they're having a hard time breaking through just the base protection scaling out of these gods with the level advantage, much less the Heartward Sovereignty combination on the support. And the absurd base HP now on Ymir with that Ethereal Staff. He is out of control. Clove of Concentration is complete on the Fenrir as well. 7, 3, and 6. It's the second game today we've seen Fenrir just see a lot of success.
Yeah, and he's making big plays. He made it out of laning phase fairly even. NQ, I think, got a single solo kill. The team fight split once again, though. Shadow Nightmare beads forced out by NQ, and there's his ult. But he is max CDR. That'll be up in about 40 seconds. NQ could get caught, though. 4 players looking for him. It's
going to be a hard kill to pick up, though, that tier. Fire Giant buff still active, and that was really the difference in the last engagement was as he continued to kite, he was getting that percentage HP regen out of that Fire Giant buff. And with a Rune Forge Hammer, he got plenty HP those percentages really, really matter. But with this back, I think they saw that back on tier. Gold Fury should be available for Dignitas.
They're going to set up for it. No actives on Janus, though, if
Variety.
Nox is able
Carino
to recognize
having a lot of problems here. Zindern barely going to make it out of that one. But
that jump damage.
On
huge.
Unchained doing a ton. Variety looking for a target. It gets beads away, and that same beads is able to avoid the Neith ultimate as well. Variety's back into this fight. They're going to try to burst him down a little bit. That was a very strange interaction as he gets Fearless into the wall there, does Frostiak. who once again is just waddling away with almost no HP on this Ymir. Somehow.
Night's Watch has been trading back and forth despite their experience and level difference all game. They've done a fantastic job. Also, great calls from them able to sneak this Fire Giant. Dignitas, though, is not going to let them have the same opportunity they did last time.
They're playing much better now in the back kind of 10 minutes of this game than they did in the first 10 minutes of this game. But NQ, I mean, he has been a nightmare to deal with, and he's playing a very, very capable tier. He's disrupting these teamfights over and over again and keeping the window open for the Night's Watch. But
I think he's really been the one keeping them together.
Absolutely. And if there was a Game 3, you would expect Tier to be banned out right away on the side of the Night's Watch, or by Dignitas away from NQ, as he's really performing exceptionally well with it.
Just like Variety did last game. It seems neither team is able to stop this tier from rolling. But in the same regards, though, this Fenrir played by Variety has basically been ignoring NQ and focusing on Zindern and Carino. He's found them in the back lines a lot and really not allowed them to run freely through the team.
Carino. Demonic Grip Poseidon? Is this real life?
That's going to really reduce his damage, though. Fire Giant started here, and it looks like 3 players just trying to zone this out. No, Dignitas is going to turn on it. We see Wolf of Elo Street just trying to get away. NQ finds Variety. Kraken is off the mark here. Shadow Nightmare just trying to snipe someone out again. Pluck coming out. Is Moex going to fall? He will. Youngbei picks that kill up.
They kill Moex before he's able to do much damage in this fight. Granted, NQ still wreaked havoc and did find a kill on a Variety before this one really got underway. But now they have a lot of opportunities. Very lowest tier, likely to fall just off camera here. If they can close it down, no. Bellona ultimate over the top. But that will be the end of Zindern as he's found himself amongst really the entire team. NQ is just going to run away. They see him now with that ward. He's not safe forever, but the Neith ultimate is down.
Shadow's looking for him.
Yeah, he has a blink, though. Oh, but he got the hit. He got the hit. He's dead.
Yep, got him there, and Shadow Nightmare and Frostiak gonna just barely escape, right? And it's just this story. Look at Team Dignitas. They keep escaping with under 15, 10% life each fight. Night's Watch is doing a fantastic job, but cannot seem to secure the kills when it comes time. Wolf of Elo Street, no health, no mana.
Oh my god, Shadow Nightmare. Again.
I don't think he has the attack speed to do this.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Believe he's got the orange buff too.
No, he doesn't have the attack speed to do it. Orange buff doesn't give attack speed anymore, Bart. Walls up though. One more auto.
No, I meant he had the movement speed after if he doesn't get it to kill him. No.
Okay.
No, he still doesn't. Wolf of Elo Street will survive that one, and now Frostiak. Sadamir tries to run away. Demonic Grip though, not complete actually, not factoring in yet.
He has Sprint 3 online, so Carino really going this auto attack based Poseidon that you don't see too often.
The Charlie build.
It's basically...
Where's your meditation at?
Oh, please don't. Like 2 people got that reference, Bart.
But they laughed.
His Krakens aren't getting full effect, right? He's fighting into this tanky team. He's not able to find Krakens on Shadow Nightmare or Youngbei, the targets he needs to. So he might as well be looking to try and skirt around and basically become an annoyance for Team Dignitas is what he's looking to do.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's going to work. I don't think it will, but that's what I'm assuming he's going for.
I mean, don't you kind of have to buy Fatalis if you're going to do that shenanigans? Like, you need the ability...
Well, you have Sprint 3.
Okay, yeah. I guess
Sprint 3 to compensate for that. Fatalis that really reduces your damage.
Oh, you do no damage, but at least you can move around in these fights. But here's the thing, like Demonic Grip, yeah, that's great, but there's double Voidstone now inside of Dignitas, so they have so much like anti-armor for their mages that what are you really going to do?
Additionally, he's the only magic damage, so reducing his Demonic Grip, which is going to give you damage, or excuse me, protection reduction.
Frostiak through the wall.
Really
this could be a huge initiation if we can find it. No, he's only going to be able to see that Magi's Blessing tier. Oh, we'll get the stun on the Zindern and the slow as well, so some poke coming out there. We're going to NQ. They'll pop his beads. Brutalize coming out as well. I don't think they can close the distance, though, at this point. Big Kumbhakarna.
This is actually a fight I think Night's Watch needs to take, but Variety counter engages. He's going to jump in. He's going to grab someone up, and that's going to be a first kill. Zindern taken out.
Variety getting juggled around, as is Frostiak, but the freeze doing a bunch of damage there. The Ymir doing so much damage in this fight, and Variety completely unchecked. He'll gobble up Carino, brutalize, taking chunks with each swipe. That's a deicide, and the game will be going to Team Dignitas, it looks like here.
Triple kill for Variety, double kill coming out from Shadow Nightmare, and across the way, Dignitas looks incredibly strong. Each player individually performed exactly how they needed to here. They're going to take a 2-0 against Night's Watch, showing that they're not the upcoming stars. They are a team that deserves to be recognized.
Right, and Dignitas, it didn't really seem like Night's Watch was on the same level as they were. I mean, that's kind of what it came down to, right? Night's Watch has very good individual players, it looks like, but
Yes.
Dignitas, just some of the smaller things, right? Like picking up that Mystical Mail, even though it didn't make a lot of sense, given that you're going to play Blink Tier, just to deal with the Alquang and keeping Alquang completely out of the game in game one. I think they just got so far into Zinder's head that there was really no chance Bellona was.
I mean, I didn't see his record at the end there, but he was really far behind in both games, not able to make anything work. First Blood, though, did come out for, I believe it was Dignitas once again on this one.
Yeah, this one is Shadow Nightmare.
It's this combo.
No, this is the First Blood in favor of the Night's Watch, actually.
No, Frezzy escapes.
Oh, that's right. He walks out of this one, and they turn it around onto Bellona, I think, gets First Blood again with the snipe. And then he got 3 more of those for the rest of the game.
Yeah, we saw it onto at the end there, and additionally hit Zinder, and I think 2 more times with snipe. So Shadow Nightmare able to thread the needle on that one multiple times.
What I'm most impressed about, I think, from Dignitas, especially in the second game, we haven't seen many teams put together magic damage cores that worked, and their Sobek, Ymir, Janus really worked out. They got the Spear of the Magus, they got 2 Void Stones, they played it really well, and there's not a lot of teams that are going to know how to deal with high magic damage squads, because almost no one's drafting them. Most teams are taking their 1 mage in the mid lane and then 4 physicals besides that.
And additionally, it's really the synergy, I think, that made it work. You saw the constant, the pulls into the Janus portals, the freezes into the plugs. You saw just great synergy and combo potential. And Janus doesn't have the 100-0 potential, but when you eat a pluck into a portal, into a shotgun, into Sobek finishing you off, that's the 100-0 potential they have.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, you'll see a Poseidon, right? The Whirlpool plus a Kraken plus a Tidal Surge will kill you. But those things all happen, and they have delays, and they have some ramp-up time. Janus, that Unstable Vortex is instantly 60% of your HP just gone. And it does very well when paired with the Sobeks, Emirs, and whatnot, other CC to help them out. Let's take a look at how this one went in terms of jungle camps. A little bit better in favor of the Night's Watch this time. They didn't get quite as dominated, but the mid camp still 70% go to the side of Dignitas.
And I think that's the key there we saw in both games is that really Night's Watch, it was a slow bleed early where they weren't able to find the mid camps they needed to keep themselves relevant. And then Team Dignitas just got slight leads, slow leads. And then the fact that Night's Watch couldn't lock down players, I think that's a big key too. They couldn't lock down the players they needed to, in addition to not getting these camps.
Yeah, even though NQ was playing such a good game on tier, and was disrupting these fights, you're right. They weren't able to keep someone locked down long enough to really secure kills.
Okay.
But this one, I mean, in a huge way, Shadow Nightmare, I think, is the player of this game. Those ultimates were just amazing through the mid game, and they were picking up kills they wouldn't have normally gotten.
Yes.
All things sold, 10, 3, and 18 for Shadow Nightmare.
Yeah, and he's going to be here on the line with us. How are you doing, Shadow?
Hey guys, I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
So how you feeling after that game? A solid first win and really great teamwork, I'd say. Your individual skill, everyone knows it's there, but it seemed to be consistency with Team Dignitas in the spring split. You really had 2 solid showings in a row. How do you guys feel after that one?
Yeah, we're feeling pretty good. We're always trying to work on synergy and come up with combos, like you saw the LeBron, we like to call it, the Sobek Janus. The easy pickings, easy kills, you know. So we just work on stuff like that, and it really works well, honestly, for us.
Yeah, we were just watching. We just saw the clip from that second game here, where you portaled underneath the Kraken on that first attempt in the mid lane from Carino. Really, just a really great play. I don't really have a question or any comment expecting.
It's just that was amazing.
I just wanted to tell you that I thought that was really great.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, to be honest. Yeah.
But so, yeah, to ask some legitimate questions here, I mean, you've been a part of a few squads, Shadow Nightmare, over the last few years. It's your first time really playing with Young Bay on a team, and, you know, you guys did struggle, it seemed like, in the qualifiers a little bit with Poppies, but things seem very, very different now against ostensibly a more powerful team in the Night's Watch. What changed since the qualifiers?
I mean, well, the game against Poppies was actually like too close for our liking.
Yeah, indeed.
And that was like a big wake up call for us that we actually need to get back in form and playing like we were in season 1. And so we just put a lot of effort in, did our research on the teams, and like we just generally got better over the time, just practicing together a lot.
Tell me a little bit about the, speaking of the research that you guys did, those Bastet bans, obviously targeted at Zindern. Why were you more concerned about that than his Alquang, another one of his kind of signature gods?
Because Bastet is like, he plays it a lot, and Bastek's just one of those guys where he gets a lot of early game pressure around the jungle, especially in mid lane. You can just leap in and damage me, and I'm not a fan of getting damaged, so we just wanted to ban that out, deny them the early game pressure, and the Ao Kuang doesn't really have any early gank potential, so we knew we could just easily control the jungle around that, and we just let them have it and just played, denied them the late game and stumped the early and just snowballed, really.
Yeah, it really seemed like you controlled Zendern in that set.
Yeah, I mean, both games, we're able to keep him down a lot. Well, thank you very much, Ymir, for joining us in the Curse Voice player interview. Do you have any shout-outs or call-outs before you go?
Shout-outs to Team Dignitas and all their sponsors, all the fans that have supported us this far, and a special shout-out to our coach, Bon. He does a lot of work, and we wouldn't be where we are now without him.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And you can find Shadow at dig_shadow, on Twitter, and Shadows Live on Twitch. That does conclude set number 2 here, guys. It's a 3-set day. We're moving over to North America next, where it'll be Scott Gandhi and Adonis on the call for the Legion of Carrots versus Cognitive. I got that one going to Legion in 2. Kevin, how do you have it?
I have it going to Cog in 2.
Well, we'll be fighting in the break, guys. Gandhi will be replacing me for the 3rd set of the day. Enjoy it from North America. That does it for set number 2 from the Smite Pro League Season 2 Split 2 Week number 1 Sunday. We'll see you in just about 5 minutes with set 3.